Perfect day in Pittsburgh. NFL kickoff weekend. 71 degrees, sunny skies expected the rest of the afternoon. Better than 65,000 will be on hand here at Heinz Field for the Steelers and the Browns, the 123rd regular season meeting. Mike Pettine making his debut as a head coach in the NFL, formerly the defensive coordinator with Buffalo and the Jets, spent 7 years with the Baltimore Ravens. And Mike Tomlin, a veteran now of 8 years as a head man in the NFL, the youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl at the age of 36. Steelers won the toss, so Cleveland will kick it off. Pittsburgh elected to receive. Billy Cundiff will do the honors for the Browns. We are underway the 2014 NFL season. A touchback as Archer, the rookie, was waiting for it. The Steelers will have it at the 20-yard line to open things up. The two-time Super Bowl champion, Ben Roethlisberger, leading this Pittsburgh offense as he has done now over 11 years, Dan.
Yeah, he told us yesterday that the no-huddle will be big for the Steelers today, especially for his offensive linemen. They love it because it wears the D-line down so the guys up front can win their individual matchups.
Steelers will open up with a double tight end set with Miller and Spaeth. And now Bell sets up as a receiver. Shotgun, first play from scrimmage for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger throws, makes the connection. Le'Veon Bell, excellent receiver. Last year, 45 catches for Bell in his rookie season. 5-yard pickup on first down.
And the thing about Bell, you talked about those 45 catches. Haley says that Bell wants more as a wide receiver. He runs excellent pass routes, and you can see on a tough catch over the middle, he made it with ease.
And he's playing lighter, 225 pounds. That's a 20-pound difference than his final year at Michigan State. Empty backfield again on a 2nd and 5 for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger gets rid of it. Oh, Antonio Brown taking it to the second level and beyond. Explosive Pro Bowler. Chased down by Mingo. 41 yards on the catch and run.
That's such a big part of the Pittsburgh offense is the quick screens. Ben faked the screen to the left and came back to Brown. Watch Brown make Joe Hayden miss right there at the 50, and he'll get an extra 15 yards. Great start for Pittsburgh.
Last year, Brown had 110 catches and a lot of moves like that. 1,499 yards and 8 touchdowns. He led the NFL in yards after the catch with 657 with plays just like that. On first down, Bell gets the call, and he picks up a yard up the middle. Dante Whitner down low to bring him down. Let's take a look at the starting offense for Pittsburgh. And Roethlisberger is thrilled to have Marquise Pouncey back. He went down in the season opener with a right knee injury last year, a loss to Tennessee. Backs and receivers, Heath Miller. He didn't play in the season opener last year. Miller is healthy. He missed the first 2 games last season with a knee injury. Mike Tomlin said this is a younger group, but it did create a competitive environment in training camp. Just roll the ball out and watch him play, which was actually easier for Tomlin than in previous years where he had to monitor the number of reps for veterans. Flag down, we'll get our first one of the afternoon.
False start, number 66 offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And Roethlisberger saying that the Browns were calling the cadence, and that's what drew the offense off sides.
So back it up after the penalty against Castro. Mike Tomlin wants an explanation. And Mike Pettine comes from that defensive background, and I guess it's appropriate that the defense is on the field to open things up for Cleveland, a team that went 4-12 last year, 6 straight years with 5 wins or less. Trying to turn things around in an overhaul. 2nd and 14, Roethlisberger a flip. He's got Bell. Le'Veon Bell weaving his way through traffic, thrown down at the 15-yard line. They are picking up chunks against this Cleveland D. 25 yards.
3 for 3 for Roethlisberger, and none of them have been challenged. A quick screen to Brown gets him across midfield, and now another screen. This one to Bell, and Bell with 2 catches and a whole bunch of yards already through the air. 28 yards and just 2 catches.
Big back at 6'1". Tomlin mentioned to us that he has lost that weight. Thinks he'll gain it back over time. And a new set of downs for the Steelers to work with. Just short of 15. Miller, the motion man. Just underway. Steelers and Browns. On a give for Bell. Good cut by Bell. Drills it to the corner. Out of bounds. He's got a first down. Heath Miller with a key block. That's an 11-yard gain for Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Miller gets a good block, but on the outside, watch Antonio Brown here on Joe Hayden. Just screens him away from Bell, and Bell gets the first down. But the Steelers are doing right now is they're getting Bell and Antonio Brown in space where they can operate.
And Dan, they were 27th in the NFL in rushing last year. You have to believe that number is going to go up by a pretty wide number. Sixth play of the drive, already knocking on the door. Roethlisberger out of the gun on first and goal. Bell, the stutter step, and he's met at the 4-yard line. No gain on the play.
Yeah, the other part of that running attack that should improve for Pittsburgh is, of course, LeGarrette Blount. And he's not just going to be a short yardage or goal line runner, according to Todd Haley. He's going to be especially important in the 4-minute offense. But right now, Le'Veon Bell is hot, and I would expect him to stay in the lineup.
Todd Haley now in his third year as the offensive coordinator. Pittsburgh going 16th last year in red zone offense. Second and goal for the Steelers. Bell, the single setback.
Hey, alert, alert! Alert, alert! Set!
Roethlisberger on a give. Bell, he's got the opening. Touchdown, Steelers. Flag is thrown at the 5-yard line. Browns are indicating it's against Pittsburgh. It is.
Watch Beachum and Kruger here. Single block, and they're going to get Beachum with the hook right there, and that allowed Bell to get into the end zone. But that left hand and arm coming up around the helmet of Kruger was noticed by the officials, and they take that touchdown off the board.
And they'll make a switch at running back now with LeGarrette Blount, the former Patriot and Buccaneer, checking in for Le'Veon Bell.
5-6.
Play clock is winding down. Roethlisberger, 2 seconds, 1 second. Gets the play off. Out of the gun. Roethlisberger, end zone. Incomplete. He was trying to get Blount matched up against Kirksey, the rookie out of Iowa, linebacker.
This is what you want as a quarterback, getting a running back isolated against a linebacker, but the rookie out of Iowa does a nice job of keeping Blount from getting to this ball thrown just a little bit too far. No illegal contact, although it looked like Kirksey did have his right arm out, preventing LeGarrette Blount from getting to the ball.
Kirksey, I don't know if you saw this. Madden 2015, the video game, there was a glitch. He was 1 foot tall in the video game. He was big on that play.
Yes, he was.
8th play of the drive. Pump, Roethlisberger in trouble. Roethlisberger is dumped at the 18-yard line by Kruger. First man there. They get the pressure on Roethlisberger, and they thwart the drive from Pittsburgh.
And it's just a 3-man rush. They're double teaming Kruger. Marcus Gilbert with a effort there that's just not good enough. First sack of the game, and not only the Steelers take a touchdown away, they now make it a more challenging field goal attempt.
36-yard field goal for Sweezum, who has been so good for this Steeler team since signing as a free agent in 2010. He knocks it through. First points of the season for Pittsburgh. 3-0 lead for the Steelers. 9:58 to go in the first. 9 plays, 62 yards for the Steelers. They settle for the 36-yard field goal for Sweezum. Roethlisberger on that drive was 3 of 4 for 69 yards. They moved the ball down the field so quickly. Thought they had the touchdown, called back with a penalty.
And the holding penalty against Beachum on Kruger really gave Cleveland life.
Sweezum on the kickoff. The dangerous Travis Benjamin waiting for it. 2 yards deep in the end zone. He takes it out. Benjamin runs into a crowd as he crossed the 25-yard line. Sean Spence makes the play on special teams. Cleveland native Brian Hoyer leads the offense when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. Verizon. more live games than ever before with NFL Mobile. And by the Lincoln Motor Company and the first ever MKC.
3-0 lead for the Steelers. Brian Hoyer won his first 3 starts last season and went down with a torn ACL right knee on October 3rd. Cortez Allen over there defensively against Ben Tate, a 2-yard pickup. So Hoyer making his 5th NFL start. Was a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers, in fact, back in 2012 for a few weeks.
Yeah, he's the pride of St. Ignatius High School in Cleveland, the Wildcats, and he told me yesterday that without Josh Gordon, he's got to establish some type of chemistry quickly with his wide receivers. He gets rid of the ball so fast that the timing has been off in the preseason.
2 tight ends, Miles Austin, the motion man, and Tate behind Hoyer trying to establish the run. It's Tate, the former Texan, extending his body and very close to a first down. Good block from John Greco up front. Let's take a look at what Cleveland has got on offense. Joe Thomas has never missed a snap now in his 8th year in the NFL. Backs and receivers, Ben Tate. They signed him to a 2-year, $6.2 million deal. He was the backup to Arian Foster in Houston, hard-nosed runner, now in his 5th year out of Auburn. Terrence West has come in, the rookie from Towson, and they've got enough for a first down. Ray Agnew, rookie from Southern Illinois, whose dad played in the NFL for 11 years, will move the sticks. Defensively for Pittsburgh, Cameron Hayward has developed into one of the young leaders of this defensive unit. Linebackers, Ryan Shazier, number 15 pick out of Ohio State. And in the secondary, Mike Mitchell signed to a 5-year, $25 million deal, replacing Ryan Clark, who's now in Washington. New set of downs for the Browns to work with. Working out of the gun. Hoyer to throw. Hoyer up top, a little separation. Over the shoulder grab by Cameron. Hoyer with a strike. Big play. Timmons there defensively. Johnny Manziel cheering along on the sideline to the tune of 47 yards for Cleveland.
Well, it's just a speed route here against the linebacker inside Timmons. And there's just no possibility that Timmons can stay up with Jordan, the former basketball player. If he doesn't stumble here, he scores. Great throw by Hoyer. What a way to start. Good running attack to get the first down, and your first pass goes for a bomb.
30-second timeout.
So timeout called. Browns used the timeout. We talked to Cameron about Hoyer. He said he's a smart guy. You can tell how much he cares, and he's always trying to make guys around him better. There's a lot of respect for Hoyer in that locker room.
Well, when he won those games early last year, the entire city of Cleveland was fired up about the Browns' chances. And then the injury, ironically, against the Buffalo Bills, coached by Mike Pettin.
He was running the defense at the time.
Now, this is one of the rules the NFL's got to look at. After a long play, they start the play clock immediately once the ball is down. And it doesn't allow the teams, both sides, to get down the field and get organized. Cleveland has to burn that timeout because there was no time left on the play clock because the players had to travel 50 yards down the field.
We mentioned Hoyer's won his last 3 starts. The last Browns quarterback to win 4 starts in a row, Vinny Testaverde in '94. Breaking loose. Andrew Hawkins, the former Cincinnati Bengal, signed to a big deal during the offseason. Limited to 8 games last season because of an ankle injury he suffered in the preseason. And that's a 1-yard gain.
And that's a play that Jarvis Jones has to make in the backfield. He got good penetration, but I think the strength of Hawkins, just 5'7", 180 pounds, and a lot of speed, broke the arm tackle and got a yard or so, but it could have been a 5-yard loss.
So 2nd and long now for the Browns in the red zone. This is an offense that ranked 17th in the NFL in 2013. Hoyer's got the time. Little flip. It's handled by Miles Austin. Austin brought down inside the 5. A penalty marker on the play. 14-yard gain. It's a first down for Cleveland if it stands.
Illegal shift. Offense. Multiple players to the snap. 2nd down.
Illegal shift is the call from Carl Cheffers.
Well, penalties already are being a major factor in this game in the first quarter, because the ball would have been close to the 5-yard line if it hadn't been for that penalty, and Pittsburgh would have had a touchdown if it wasn't for their holding penalty.
Mike Pettine says he's really enjoyed the head coaching role so far. He said it's been pure football. He doesn't have to worry about micromanaging other areas of the organization. Sixth play of the drive. This is a 2nd and 14 now for Cleveland. Steelers with a 3-0 lead. Hoyer gets rid of it quickly. Incomplete. Pressure was coming. Hoyer felt the heat. Hawkins was in the area.
No intentional grounding. Receiver number
That's
16.
13-year veteran Brett Kiesel. Right here. Watch his move. As he'll come inside here and has a free lane right to the quarterback. A good legal hit as he hits Hoyer right in the breadbasket and forces the incompletion.
Kiesel missed all of training camp. He signed on August 20th, just one preseason game. He has started for the Steelers the last 8 years. Is going to have a pronounced role. 3rd and 14 now. Hoyer set up the screen. Cameron can't get through that initial wave. No gain. Lawrence Timmons was ready for him. Good burst from Timmons defensively.
Yeah, you know, you burn Timmons on the long pass, but this is a zone coverage. It's just a 3-man rush by Pittsburgh. And very difficult to have a successful screen pass when all the defenders are looking at the quarterback and at the possible screen.
Billy Cundiff has been steady throughout his 9-year NFL career. A 39-yard attempt for Cundiff, who went to the Pro Bowl with Baltimore back in 2010. Trying to tie the game. Low snap. It's handled. 39-yarder is good. We are tied at 3. 5:39 mark of this opening quarter. Spencer Lanning, the punter, able to handle it and get things sorted out for Cundiff for the equalizer. It's the premiere of Thursday Night Football on CBS and the NFL Network. It all kicks off this Thursday. The Steelers in Baltimore in AFC North Divisional Showdown. Football starts here Thursday nights on CBS. Billy Cundiff kicks it off. This one will bounce through the back of the end zone. Steelers will have it at the 20-yard line. Tie game, 3-all. First quarter action continues from Pittsburgh.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. And by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly.
NFL kickoff weekend here in Pittsburgh. 6th time the Browns and Steelers have opened the season against one another. Dree Archer, rookie out of Kent State, will get an opportunity. First play of this possession. Archer. 4-yard gain for Archer. Let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team. Downstairs to Jenny Dell.
Well, and the Steelers kicked off today's game with a touching tribute to the Hall of Fame coach Chuck Noll, who was here with the Steelers organization for 23 years and passed away this June. He actually won 4 Super Bowls with the Steelers organization, and as you can see on the Steelers helmets, they're going to be wearing this decal all season long to honor his memory. I actually talked with Coach Mike Tomlin about the influence he said he had on him, and he said not a day goes by where he doesn't stop, pause, and think about the legacy that Noll left. And a really fitting game here today, as the last game that Coach Noll coached was actually in 1991 against the Browns. That was a win.
And Jenny, his wife Marianne, his son Chris, both in attendance here at Heinz Field today. You have a connection to Coach Noll as well. You both went into the Hall of Fame the same year,
Yeah, it was an honor to go into the Hall of Fame with Chuck Noll, Bill Walsh, Walter Payton, and Larry Little, and getting to know those guys, and especially the Knowles, just a wonderful experience. What a great coach. Had to compete against him for so many years, and he was tough to beat.
Incredible legacy, 4-time Super Bowl champion. 3rd and 6 now for the Steelers after the bell run. The gun, Roethlisberger steps up. On time, Antonio Brown. First down, just short of the 40-yard line. That's a 15-yard gain.
And where have we seen this before? Roethlisberger doing anything he can to buy time in the pocket. This time, he finds a hole right up the middle, and nice little touch pass right to the eye line of Antonio Brown, and that's as good as it gets right there.
Brown, big play threat. He's got sure hands. And he's tough. At 5'10", 186 pounds. 2 catches, 57 yards. On a give, Le'Veon Bell, nothing there. Bell met by Carlos Dansby. Let's go to New York. NFL Today update. JB and Boomer.
New England pounds out an answer.
Hey guys, after they had a punt blocked and that led to a Miami touchdown, back comes Shane Vereen, 80 yards for the touchdown. They tie the score 7-7 between Miami and New England.
Ian, Dan, and Jenny.
And another divisional battle, guys, there, as we have here with Cleveland and Pittsburgh, 2nd and 12. Roethlisberger making a change here as we approach 3 minutes to play in the first. Steelers are 25-5 against the Browns since Cleveland came back to the league in '99. Safety valve, Heath Miller. To Sean Gibson there to bring him down. It's a 6-yard gain for the Steelers.
Now Roethlisberger continues to have a hot hand, and really, other than the 1 sack, we may have an injury for the Steelers here.
Yeah, Gibson had a tough time getting to the Cleveland sideline.
Trying to bring down Heath Miller. Was a good solid tackle.
Gibson, a physical safety, now in his 3rd year from Wyoming. He had 5 interceptions last year. There was the stop by Gibson. Jim Leonard will check in for him when we come back.
The NFL on CBS.
We've got the safety Gibson up on the trainer's table along the Brown sideline. Jim Leonard, one of the backups for Cleveland, veteran now in his 10th year in the league. It's a 3rd and 6 for Pittsburgh. Just short of the 45, Roethlisberger out of the gun. Will throw the deep ball, one-on-one, Marcus Wheaton. Terrific grab by Wheaton against the rookie Justin Gilbert. Wheaton hauls it in. 40-yard gain working the perimeter.
The catch was impressive, but the footwork at the end of the catch was remarkable. Watches, he eyes the ball, has no idea where the sideline is. Oh, yes, he does. Gets both feet down with ease, and another big play for Pittsburgh.
Steelers rush to the line. Bell, the spin move, he gets drilled from behind by Gilbert.
Second play of more than 40 yards here in the first quarter for the Steelers. Left foot, right foot drags. Perfect. Perfect.
The former track star out of Oregon State. We asked Tomlin about Wheaton. He said that he's developed a really good work ethic just watching Antonio. People in our facility, the Steelers facility, know what he's capable of. Maybe people outside the facility don't. Now they do.
Too many injuries last year. In fact, he broke his hand.
2nd and 8, 8th play of the drive. Roethlisberger sets, fires. It's Wheaton. Open along the sideline again, finding the rookie, Justin Gilbert, the number 8 pick out of Oklahoma State.
And he has struggled in the preseason. And he's lucky here that Wheaton can turn this one up the field. But the ball kind of carries him to the sideline. But you can see the position that Gilbert had there. Way to the inside, looking for an in-cutting route. He's lucky he didn't get burned for a touchdown.
Dan Roethlisberger is 7 of 8. 138 yards for Ben Roethlisberger. 3rd and 1 now. LeGarrette Blount is in there. Under a minute to play in the first. Blount up the middle. They're not stopping him. Touchdown, Steelers. LeGarrette Blount is a huge man.
Now, he had 7 touchdowns last year with New England on the ground, but at 250 pounds, this combination of Bell and Blount reminds me of Fast Willie Parker and Jerome Bettis. Pittsburgh running style.
9 plays, 80 yards. Blount gets the score for Pittsburgh. Sweeps him on for the extra point. LeGarrette Blount signed to a 2-year, $4 million deal. His specialty, he can run in between the tackles and punish defenders. He puts the Steelers up on the scoreboard. It's been the 1-2 combination of Bell and Blount on the ground, and Bell through the air. 9 plays, 80 yards on that last drive. Roethlisberger 4 of 4 for 69 yards on the drive for Pittsburgh. And they got a 10-3 lead.
Yeah, and last year's number 1 pick, Marcus Wheaton, getting involved after the number 3 pick for the Steelers with that long bomb, the beautiful catch, and then one on the sidelines. That's a good sign because it's another weapon, a speed weapon to complement Antonio Brown on the other side of the formations.
This is a Pittsburgh team that did let Cotchery and Sanders go elsewhere, so there were questions as to who would step forward. Lance Moore is not available because of a groin injury signed from New Orleans. Kickoff from Susan to Benjamin. Benjamin stood up just short of the 15-yard line. William Gay celebrating on special teams.
Well, Roethlisberger sees this huge gap, and Whitner sees it too. He knows that somebody's got to make this play, but when your wide receiver is your lead blocker, your defense is out of position. Justin Brown with the block. Not sure they needed it with LeGarrette Blount going low and powering his way in.
45 seconds left in this opening quarter. Browns now on a 10-3 hole against Pittsburgh. On a pitch, Tate stacked up. Everybody bunched together, and some pushing and shoving after the play involving Ike Taylor. It's a loss of 1 for Cleveland.
It's going to be very difficult, according to Mike Pettin, for the Browns offensively to have long scoring drives that take a lot of plays. They got the big pass play of 47 yards to tight end Jordan Cameron last possession, but that just led to a field goal.
Down to 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Cameron, the motion man, second and long. Pitch it, Tate, flip it the other way. Benjamin trying to get to the outside. He does. Out of bounds, short of a first down. But a good run by Benjamin as Polamalu couldn't bring him down. End of the first. Pittsburgh with a 10-3 lead over Cleveland. NFL kickoff weekend will return after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Kyle Shanahan, the Browns' 12th offensive coordinator since 1999, spent the last 4 years working with his father, Mike Shanahan, with the Washington Redskins. Previous to that, with the Houston Texans. Cleveland facing a 3rd and 1, first play of the second quarter. Bootleg, throw, incomplete. Looking for Jordan Cameron. Hoyer couldn't make the connection. Mike Mitchell there defensively, and the Browns forced a punt.
Well, that was such a big part of the Texans offense, the play action off the stretch play and throwing the ball to the tight end over the middle. Jordan Cameron had his man beat there, ball just off target. A critical 3rd and short, and the Browns don't convert.
Spencer Lanning will punt it. Antonio Brown, a big part of the return game for Pittsburgh. Had a touchdown last year, a long of 67 yards on punt returns, 12.8 average. Spiraling kick. Brown's going to have some room here. Catches cleanly at the 25. Makes his move. Upfield, crosses the 30, just short of the 35. Adamosi makes the play on special teams. Jim Nantz hosts a star-packed special celebrating NFL football and classic moments in primetime. Under the Lights, Wednesday on CBS. Well, we know that Ben Roethlisberger has performed well under the lights through the years. Primetime, Sunday afternoons, wherever the game is being played. Roethlisberger has delivered.
You get a sense that he's even more highly motivated this season, being his 11th year in the league, knowing that the sands of time are running out of the hourglass.
Trey Archer sets up as a receiver. They get it to him. Archer on the outside, and the Browns drive him towards the sideline with Justin Gilbert leading the way. First 2 possessions for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 9 plays, 62-yard drive, a field goal, a 9-play, 80-yard drive, resulting in a touchdown. Ball was bounced to Archer. It's ruled incomplete.
That's a good call by the officials. Even Archer knew that he caught it on one bounce.
Roethlisberger keeping him upright. We know he creates as the play is extended, but last year they had a tough time protecting him. Sacked 386 times in his career.
42 times last year.
Remember, the Browns passed on him in 2004, drafted Kellen Winslow, number 6 instead. Roethlisberger setting things up downfield, trying to squeeze the ball in, and it's intercepted, picked off by the veteran Dansby. Roethlisberger turns it over, forcing it towards the sideline.
Yeah, he had nobody open down the field. He had an outlet receiver on the sidelines, but Dansby was right with him. This is a great interception by Dansby as he overpowers Le'Veon Bell. And Roethlisberger with his first pick of the year. And for Dansby, coming over from Arizona, important acquisition along with Dante Whitner, setting the attitude for this Browns defense. They've won where they've been, and that's the culture that Pettine needs.
He had 4 interceptions last season for Arizona. Big one here for Cleveland. Give to Terrence West. Rookie out of Towson picks up 3 yards. He had 2,509 yards and 41 touchdowns last year at Towson. Lawrence Timmons with a stop. Roethlisberger having an extended conversation with his Pro Bowl wide receiver Antonio Brown. And Mike Pettine. Attitude, that's the one theme that every Browns player talked about in reference to Mike Pettine, what he's brought. No nonsense, direct, forthright from the moment he got the job. 2nd and 7. Off play action. Hoyer gets pummeled. Jarvis Jones. The Steelers are hoping the light goes on for Jones in his 2nd year out of Georgia. He has already matched his sack total from his rookie season with that play.
He does a good job of getting right by Cameron and then getting to the quarterback. Hoyer trying to find a receiver, so back-to-back pass plays. We've had a quarterback looking down the field, not seeing anybody. Roethlisberger with the pick, and now Hoyer getting sacked.
Jones working a lot with assistant coach Joey Porter, who did a lot of that during his NFL career. Loss of 10 has put them out of field goal range. 3rd and 17. Hoyer too low. It bounces in front of Jordan Cameron, incomplete. And a wasted opportunity for the Browns offense.
And a catch there puts Cundiff in field goal range. His career long is 56, and he would have been well inside of that.
Joey Porter greeting his defensive players as they make their way towards the Steelers sideline. Spencer Lanning will punt it. Antonio Brown waiting for it at the 10-yard line for Pittsburgh. 52 yards on the first punt for Lanning. Early stages, 2nd quarter. 10-3 lead for the Steelers. Wobbly punt. Brown, fair catch. And he brings it in cleanly. After the 30-yard punt, they'll spot the football at the 11. No harm done after the turnover from Roethlisberger. Fantasy football fans, if you want the best games, there's still time to play on the most awarded site. Create or join a league now at cbssports.com/football. Pittsburgh Steelers with a 10-3 lead over the Cleveland Browns. Tashawn Gibson is back in there for the Browns. He got hurt on a tackle earlier, trying to bring down Heath Miller. 2 tight ends to start out this drive for Pittsburgh. Running play, Le'Veon Bell. Bell gets to the corner and dives out of bounds. Heath Miller with a good block. That's a 7-yard gain for Bell.
That was a big play on 1st down for Bell, and it's been Roethlisberger with his 41-yarder to Antonio Brown on that first drive, and then on the 2nd drive, it's Wheaton for 40 yards. Roethlisberger started 7 of 8. He's missed his last 2, including the pick by Dansby.
Ben Roethlisberger, 17-1 in his career against Cleveland. 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions prior to today's matchup. So tack on another for Roethlisberger in that category. Give it up to Bell. Up the middle. He's got a 1st down out near the 25. It's a 5-yard gain for Le'Veon Bell. He's hard-nosed, great vision, slashing his way for a new set of downs.
Yeah, this offensive line doing a good job here on the ground game on this series so far. That play had the look of a little college read option there as Justin Brown was coming in motion. But the respect that the offensive linemen have for that man Mike Munchak obviously been there and done it so well. He made it all the way to Canton, Ohio. His experience as an offensive line coach with Tennessee. He had some great years with Lendale White and Chris Johnson. Browns called timeout. They had too many men on the field.
Correction, that's a full timeout.
So, some confusion from the Browns, forced to use their second timeout of this first half.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. McDonald's, official sponsor of the NFL. I'm loving it. And by the all-new 2015 Acura TLX. It's that kind of thrill.
Well, 13's always been an unlucky number, and it has cost the Browns their second timeout of the first half with 11 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
So Steelers have it with a 10-3 lead. And a 1st and 10 from the Pittsburgh 23. Le'Veon Bell, 24 yards rushing, 28 yards receiving. And they get Bell involved again. Foot race for Bell into Cleveland territory. Breaks a tackle. So Sean Gibson finally brings him down.
Yeah, but he stepped out at the 47-yard line after a 26-yard gain. But Roethlisberger just has too much time to throw. Look at him survey the field here, wanting to go deep. Now to a safe outlet receiver. And Bell is going to get pushed out of bounds here by Whitner. See that left foot right on the line, and the official trailing the play with the call.
So Bell continues to put up numbers in this first half.
5-6. Right.
Now in Cleveland territory at the 47-yard line. Roethlisberger pumps, slings it, complete to Wheaton. Marcus Wheaton seeing a lot of action in this first half. 8-yard gain for Wheaton.
But Mike Pettin elects to just come with a 3-man pass rush on Roethlisberger, and Roethlisberger having all day to find his receivers.
Mike Pettin is splitting the defensive calling duties with his defensive coordinator, Jim O'Neill. It's with him in Buffalo as the linebacker coach. Stutter step move from Bell. And the pile pushed out across the 35-yard line for a 4-yard gain.
That's a real veteran-style runner right there, because the stutter step allowed the offensive line to develop their pattern in front of him. And then once he saw a little crack, he accelerated and picked up the first down.
That Thursday night game with Seattle and Green Bay, didn't see a whole lot of Richard Sherman being tested. Haven't seen a whole lot of Joe Hayden being tested so far today. Cleveland defensively, Hayden,
Hey, pull down, base it right here.
a Pro Bowler, signed to a huge contract during the offseason, 5 years, $68 million to stay with the Browns. Roethlisberger in trouble, avoids it, out of trouble. Roethlisberger looking for it all. Touchdown! Brown against Hayden. Roethlisberger is a magician.
Well, nobody does it better in the history of the game. Just this. Escaping the pocket, keeping his eyes down the field, and look at this throw on the run, on the money, in the end zone, touchdown. Well, he knows he's got something because Brown is behind the defender. All he has to do is launch it. Had a little wobble on it, but it was perfect.
Antonio Brown from Ben Roethlisberger. That connection could put together a huge season for Pittsburgh through the air now that the offensive line woes seem to be a thing of the past. Roethlisberger again creating something out of nothing. The lethal connection, Roethlisberger to Brown. 35 yards on the touchdown, 6 plays, 89 yards. It took just over 3 minutes. Roethlisberger now has 211 yards through the air, a touchdown and an interception in this first half. 17-3 lead for the Steelers. Sweezum will kick it off. Travis Benjamin is the deep man. Benjamin moves forward. 1 yard deep in the end zone, takes it out. Benjamin with a shake and bake move. Flags go down as he crosses the 20-yard line. Terrence Garvin there on special teams for Pittsburgh. Carl Cheffers will sort things out.
During the return, holding, number 53 return team. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Yeah, real veteran move here at the bottom of the screen. This is our premier matchup, all-pro receiver and all-pro cornerback. But watch the move as Antonio Brown will just push off on Joe Hayden at about the 25-yard line. That creates the separation. And then another, just a little bit of a touch right there, ensures the catch for the touchdown.
3 tight ends in this formation for Cleveland. Bootleg, Hoyer out of his own end zone. He airs it out and throws it away. Jordan Cameron, the intended receiver. Mike Mitchell there defensively. Back to New York, JB and Boomer with an update.
Dan Faust knows what it's like to have a big tight end.
Well, he had Kellen Winslow, and of course, Tony Gonzalez on the NFL Today said, hey, Rob Gronkowski's going to have a big game. There's the first hookup for a touchdown between Brady and Gronkowski since last year. 17-7, New England's running their up-tempo offense all over Miami, dictating pace of play.
Back to Ian, Dan, and Jenny.
Guess that calf injury wasn't that serious for Tom Brady. Ben Tate gets the call, and Tate carries shy of the 15. That's a 5-yard gain for Tate. Second-round pick back in 2010. Polamalu in on that stop for Pittsburgh.
This is a critical third down, obviously, for the Browns. They're deep in their own end of the field. If they don't make it, they'll give Pittsburgh, with all the momentum that they've built up, great field position.
Cleveland Browns, only 26 players remain from the roster that this team ended last season with. And keep in mind, they ended last season with 7 straight losses to finish 4-12. 3rd and 5 for Cleveland. Hoyer slings it, incomplete. Taylor Gabriel, the rookie out of Abilene Christian, the intended receiver. The criticism of the Browns has been in this wide receiving corps. Do they have enough without Josh Gordon?
Well, you can see just a little bit of a hesitation there. Coming across the middle, Gabriel, the rookie. Now the Browns 1 for 5 converting third downs. Hoyer just 3 of 8.
So 4th down. Spencer Lanning will punt it. 8:49 to play in this first half. They got pressure and Lanning gets it off cleanly. Brown backpedals all the way to the 28-yard line. Good move upfield. Brown splits special teamers, and now Brown is off to the races. Hurdles, kicks a man, and a flag is thrown.
They're going to get Brown for that hurdle right to the face of Lanning. Tremendous return, but a real mistake by Brown at the end of it. Makes the first guy miss here, then he's going to make 9 other guys miss here. Just flailing away at number 84, but I don't know why Brown thought he had to do that. He had the outside. He could have scored easily if he sticks to his left, but instead tries to hurdle Lanning and puts his foot right in the face mask.
A cleat to the face of Spencer Lanning right there.
That will definitely cost Antonio Brown.
During the return, unnecessary roughness, number 84, for kicking the defender in the head. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Fans may not like that call, but what do you expect? You got to throw a flag on that. Just inexcusable. He could not see his blockers apparently because it had a clear sailing to the end zone because Lanning was the last guy.
Antonio Brown. We spoke to Mike Tomlin about him, and he said he's the hardest working guy on the field. He's obsessive about it. He's still the same guy as he was who came out, thought he was drafted too low out of Central Michigan, a 6th-round draft pick. Back it up to midfield. Roethlisberger on a line. Roethlisberger. He hits Justin Brown, his first NFL catch after being on the practice squad last year.
Okay, here's Lanning, and here is Brown, but there's all this room down the sideline with blockers out in front. It would have been a walk-in touchdown for Brown. Would have been.
First down for Pittsburgh inside the Cleveland 40. 8 minutes to play in this first half. 17-3, the Steelers in front. Roethlisberger on again. Le'Veon Bell the cut. Bell breaks a tackle. Bell trying to go all the way. Le'Veon Bell, touchdown Steelers. What a run by Bell. 38 yards.
Tremendous vision by Bell. Patience as he gets to the second layer, and now watch him make the moves down the field. That one's on Joe Hayden, and now screen can't get him down, and all that waits is a somersault into the end zone.
Everything is clicking here for the Steelers on offense. Le'Veon Bell, north, south, east, west. He's got every direction covered. 2 plays, 50 yards for Pittsburgh. Sweezum tacks on the extra point, and it's 24-3. Steelers. Steelers are laying it on thick. We're back to football. Steelers up big on Cleveland.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Pump up your savings with a discount double check today. And by Microsoft. Introducing Cortana, your new personal assistant.
24-3, Steelers in front. Pittsburgh has 296 yards of offense. 50 of those came on a very quick scoring drive. Bell, 38-yard touchdown run. The Browns have 66 total yards. Sweezum kicks it off. Benjamin is going to take it out, 9 yards deep in the end zone. And it turns out to be a bad decision. Pins the Browns deep in their own territory. William Gay there on special teams. For all the outsiders, misfits, and true originals, CBS presents a new series that's pure genius, inspired by a true story. Scorpion. It premieres Monday, September 22nd, only CBS. And the question that will be on everybody's mind, is it Johnny time?
Well, Kyle Shanahan told me it would be a gut feeling whether to put him in or not. Well, Kyle, how's your gut feeling? Down by 21.
Ryan Hoyer remains in there on a give for Ben Tate. And Tate gets hit by Hayward. 3-yard gain. Timmons got him down low. Well, we asked Mike Pettin about the 2 QBs Kyle Shanahan's working with. He said Hoyer is poised, he's confident. Hoyer was rehabbing at the facility. He was the first Browns player that Pettin met. Asked him about Manziel. He said Manziel's been very humble, no signs of entitlement. He knows he has to earn it on the field just like he did in college when he became Johnny Football. Here's Ben Tate. Big opening for Tate, and Tate takes advantage. Best offensive play of the day for the Browns out across the 35. 24 yards. Joe Thomas with a key block to help spring Tate loose.
Yeah, and a good block by the fullback Agnew, but watch how Tate, in concert with his offensive line, sets up his blocks and cuts behind them. Joe Bitonio, the rookie out of Nevada, with a good block. This is an athletic offensive line, and it suits this style of zone blocking scheme.
Terrence West comes in. West up the middle, and nothing there. Jason World's first man to greet him for the Steelers limits the rookie to a 1-yard gain.
Well, West is a talented runner. Shanahan said he'll get him in the ball game, but he's got to learn that type of patience that Ben Tate has. That time he rushed that run and barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Browns were 27th in rushing offense last year, 86.4 yards per game. The last 6 years, they averaged 9 points per game against Pittsburgh and the defensive coordinator Dick LeBeau. West, nice fake. And West able to turn it into something up the field with a 6.5-yard gain brought down by Steve McClendon.
Well, this is talent right here. When you're in the backfield and the linebacker has a beat on you like Worlds did that time, you make him miss, and then down the field, you make the corner miss. Big run for Terrence West. That's a real confidence booster for the youngster.
The Colonial Athletic Association Offensive Player of the Year for Towson, the school's all-time leading rusher. 3rd and 3 from the gun. They handle the pressure. Poyer throws. Almost intercepted. Ryan Shazier had an opportunity at it. And the Browns will punt. Poyer is 0 for his last 5.
Well, and on third downs, they're just as bad. 1 of 6 on the day. And Shazier was showing his speed, one of the fastest linebackers the Steelers have ever drafted. And another Ohio State product that the Steelers have had a lot of success with over the years.
He is the first rookie to start on defense in the season opener since Kendrell Bell. 4 straight punts now for Cleveland. Lanning to Brown. Brown looking for the angle. Slowed down from behind, and a flag is thrown as Brown gets hit down low by Jordan Poyer. 38-yard punt and a 9-yard return for the Pro Bowler Brown.
They're going to get Robert Golden for a block in the back. This will back the Steelers up inside the 20-yard line.
Return, illegal block in the back. Number 20 of the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Big Bang Theory is time traveling to a new night with back-to-back episodes. Don't miss Emmy winner Jim Parsons as the new season begins Monday, September 22nd, only CBS. Kyle Shanahan sitting down with both Hoyer and Manziel, with the Steelers in front 24-3, just under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Roethlisberger 223 yards on 11 of 14. A handoff up the middle for Blunt. 3-yard gain as we check in with Jenny Dell.
Well, the Steelers are clearly playing with confidence right now. There's almost an air of cockiness down here on the sideline. It's like they're doing exactly what they expected to do to start this game. Guys, the fans are going wild, but it's cool, calm, and collected down here on the side.
Well, Jenny, I think this Pittsburgh team a year ago was shocked with their performance. They had won 10 straight at home to start the season until that loss to Tennessee last year. Low-scoring game, 17-9. Blunt gets the call. Dansby with the hit. And I think a lot of it had to do with Pouncey going down early in the game. It just took all the wind out of the Steelers' sail.
Well, it was the 8th play of the game, and he goes down because David DeCastro, trying to cut the defensive lineman, cut his own player. And then they had another injury on the offensive line. Cody Wallace was injured, so it was a rough afternoon for the Steeler offense, but the emotional part of the injury to Pouncey really took the air out of the team.
Steelers finished 8-8 last season, back-to-back years at 500. Injuries caught up to this team. They finished strong, though, and had a chance for the playoffs, amazingly enough, for the final week of the year. Outside, Antonio Brown creating after the catch. And looks like he was out of bounds, just short of the first down. Buster Screen with the chase down, 6-yard gain for Brown.
Well, there's nothing like speed, though, is there? If he had another yard or so of sideline, he might have gotten that first down. But Screen with a good job of keeping him from getting it and forcing this punt, a rare 3 and out for the Steeler offense.
Steelers have posted 10 straight home wins against Cleveland. That's the longest home winning streak they have against any opponent. First punt for Brad Wing, first NFL punt in his first year out of LSU. The Aussie gets a hold of this one. Benjamin, the return man, taking him back for the 25. Circling, and nothing doing upfield. 56-yard punt and a 4-yard return, a penalty marker down. Antoine Blake sealing off the area on special teams.
During the kick, holding, number 59 return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So back it up for the Browns. Coming up, Verizon Halftime Report. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cowher. They've got the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a special preview of the debut of Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. That's coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. 24-3, Steelers have the lead. 3:01 to play in this first half. Steelers, last time they won the AFC North was 2010. Baltimore won it back-to-back years. Cincinnati won it last year. And for Cleveland, the same result over and over. Punts for the Browns. They've been limited to 3 points and 100 yards. Hoyer is sacked by Worlds. Jason Worlds.
And they just had a 3-man route that time for Hoyer. And the Steelers, after the play action, was real lucky here that he hung on to this ball. Great effort by Worlds. Watch him grab the bicep of Hoyer right there. Hoyer with a good grip on the ball. That would have been a disaster. That one comes loose.
Steelers used the franchise tag on Worlds, so he is earning a hefty $9.75 million this season. Johnny Manziel still in spectator mode. Timeout called by Hoyer. Final timeout for the Browns.
Third and final charge timeout, Cleveland. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Since 1999, the Browns have had 20 different starting quarterbacks. That's the most in the NFL over that span. Miami is second in that category with 18 different starting quarterbacks. They draft Johnny Manziel in the first round. Hoyer gave them a lift last year before he had the injury against Buffalo. In talking to the players that we talked to yesterday, the head coach, there was no doubt within the locker room that Hoyer had won the job, but you and I both know that if the team struggles, the speculation will pick up and pick up tenfold.
And it has, and the team has struggled in this first half. And they need a spark of some kind.
Second and 18. Andrew Hawkins. Hawkins using the speed. He gets banged down across the 15 by Ryan Shazier. It's a 9-yard gain for Hawkins on the catch and run.
Starting to sound like a broken record about these third down situations for the Browns, but they need this one. They're going to have any shot at closing this gap.
2 minutes to play, first half. Steelers with a 24-3 lead on Cleveland. Cleveland Browns down 24-3. They had not been to the playoffs since 2002 when they lost to Pittsburgh in the wild card round that year. Penalty flags down, pointing in the direction of the Steelers.
Neutral zone infraction, number 93 defense. His movement into the neutral zone caused a reaction by the offense. 5-yard penalty, third down.
Smart play by Mitchell Schwartz. Watch as Worlds jumps here, and because he jumps in the neutral zone, that allows Schwartz to come out of his stance and smartly point at the offender.
Dick LeBeau, 77 years young, Hall of Famer, now in his 16th year with the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2 separate stints. On third down, Hoyer puts it where it needs to be. Gabriel loses his helmet and the football. And they're going to rule it incomplete. Taylor Gabriel, a Division II product.
Complete pass.
And when he hits the ground, the ball comes out. You must complete the action of catching the ball, maintain control once you hit the ground.
It got ripped out by Taylor as Gabriel rolled down to the turf.
But you got to make that catch. In that situation, with the score as it is, into the first half, somebody on this Cleveland team has got to make a play. Gabriel fails on that attempt.
So fourth down. with a minute 51 to play in this first half. Spencer Lanning has been a busy punter. And he took a cleat to the helmet on a return from Antonio Brown. Brown fair catch called for. And he brings it in at the 31-yard line. A 41-yard punt. Penalty marker is back at the 23.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 98. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Backup linebacker Vince Williams called on the hold. So they'll back it up for the Steelers in their own end of the field.
It's been a wonderful first half for Ben Roethlisberger, hitting second-year player Marcus Wheaton with a bomb there, and a beautiful throw on the run to Antonio Brown over the top of Joe Hayden. 12 of 15, 229 for Big Ben, all in the first half.
And those decisions made during the offseason. Jericho Cotchery moves on to Carolina. Emmanuel Sanders goes to Denver. Defensively, Lamar Woodley now in Oakland. Ryan Clark in Washington. 9 new starters in week 1 compared to last year's season opener for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've been one of the most stable organizations in football and pretty consistent with their personnel. We've seen some turnover the last couple of years. Roethlisberger, a strike to Justin Brown. Penalty marker thrown, and a second one comes down.
I think the first one's going to be against Justin Brown for pushing off on Justin Gilbert, and then Gilbert obviously will pick up the second flag for the slam dunk on Brown. You know, Gilbert did not have to shove off as he did to make this catch. The ball perfectly thrown by Roethlisberger to the back shoulder. But he pushed off on Gilbert, and then Gilbert makes a rookie mistake on the sidelines.
Justin Brown out of Oklahoma, transferred from Penn State. No Lance Moore, so
there are fouls by both teams
action
on the play. Pass interference, offense number 15. Unnecessary roughness for contact out of bounds. Number 21, those fouls offset. Replay, first down.
Here's the push off by Justin Brown as he sees the ball coming here, and just with the right hand sends Gilbert down the sidelines, and now Gilbert retaliates to the move by Brown, and it's always the second guy that's going to get the flag, especially when you do it on your opponent's sideline.
So offsetting penalties. First and 10 for Pittsburgh at the 20-yard line. A 24-3 lead for the Steelers and Mike Tomlin. Le'Veon Bell, single setback. Roethlisberger out of the gun. Handed off for Bell. There's the vision of Bell working again. Hit from behind, and Bell is thrown down on the play by Jabal Sheard. Cleveland believes they are very deep in their front seven. They can mix and match, and Sheard, now a 4-year veteran who played at Pittsburgh and was the Big East Defensive Player of the Year back in 2010.
Yeah, he brought Bell down on his leg, and he came up limping after that.
Once again, working out of the gun. Roethlisberger throws. Oh, what a snare by Brown. And the Steelers will call a timeout after the 17-yard hookup to Antonio Brown. 115 yards receiving in the first half.
Just a total layout by Antonio Brown on this high, hard fastball from Roethlisberger. Great control all the way to the ground, and wisely Roethlisberger calls timeout. This is how you bounce back from an interception, I think. You find Antonio Brown a couple of times, got time to throw, and there's Sheard still feeling the effects of tackling Le'Veon Bell a couple of plays back.
So the Steelers are on the move again, just under a minute to play in this first half. 6 straight completions now for Ben Roethlisberger. He is 13 of 16 for 247 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Operating out of the gun, Roethlisberger popped up in the air, incomplete. Keith Miller, the intended target for Roethlisberger.
That was really good coverage by the Browns in the secondary that time, as they had about 2 or 3 players, including Dansby, shadowing Heath Miller.
Injury update. Ben Tate, knee issue. His return is questionable right now for the Browns. And huge question marks at running back for Cleveland.
Well, that's been Tate's history, too. Could not stay healthy, backing up Arian Foster in Houston.
And he's got 2 rookies backing up in Cleveland. Roethlisberger hits Marcus Wheaton. Wheaton's presence has been felt here. Justin Gilbert again on the defensive end. It's an 11-yard gain, and Roethlisberger keeps looking towards the rookie side. Steelers trying to get sorted out here. They'll make a change with Bell coming back on for Pittsburgh.
And you know your passing offense is in good shape when your 2 wide receivers are your leading receivers for big yardage.
116 for Brown, 66 for Wheaton. You throw Bell in there for 58 yards.
All in the first half.
34 seconds to play. Second quarter.
Liz.
All the way to 58 or 23.
Steelers do have 2 timeouts to work with. Roethlisberger gets rid of it quickly. It's Miller. And the chance of Heath from this Heinz Field crowd. 9-yard gain for Miller. Carlos Dansby with the stop for Cleveland. Steelers use one of the 2 remaining timeouts. Coming up, Verizon Halftime Report. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cowher, the latest NFL scores and highlights. A special preview of the debut of Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. It's coming up. Verizon Halftime Report.
It'll be a good one Thursday night, won't it?
It sure will. The Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Now the question will be whether or not Mike Pettin pulls the trigger and goes with Johnny Manziel in the second half at some point to run this Cleveland offense. The Browns are down 24-3, are in jeopardy of having that Steeler lead actually grow before we hit the break. Sean Sweezum, his career long at Heinz Field is 49 yards. Career long overall is 52 yards 2 years ago. 3rd and 1 for Pittsburgh. 30 seconds to play first half. Roethlisberger to Miller. First down inside the 30. Roethlisberger orchestrating everybody to get set up here. Down to 18 seconds. They spike the ball. 17 seconds left. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Pittsburgh with 17 seconds to work with. Total yards 357 for Pittsburgh.
Watch Heath Miller just working in the middle of the field. Patient on his route, just inside. Really a well-designed play as he beats Dante Whitner and gets Sweezum in comfortable range.
See if the Steelers can get even closer here. Bell just to the side of Roethlisberger. Pressure comes. Roethlisberger, end zone. Flag down. Antonio Brown against Joe Hayden. Hayden told us there's a mutual respect there. Brown doesn't do a whole lot of talking.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 23 defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
But the frustration building for this Cleveland defense.
Well, they called holding on Hayden, and you can see he's got a pretty good grab on that jersey there. It's what the officials have been looking at throughout the preseason, is any tug on the jersey. Not pass interference, just a 5-yard penalty, but an automatic first down.
Hayden told us that the coaches actually made the defensive backs wear boxing gloves in practice so they couldn't hold the receivers, and he felt it was a pretty good exercise.
Yeah, well, he needed those gloves on that play because he definitely grabbed the jersey.
12 seconds left in this first half. Justin Brown, the motion man. Roethlisberger steps up. Roethlisberger to run. Slides down at the 15-yard line. They call the timeout with 3 seconds left.
Pittsburgh.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger came into the meeting. We've met with him now for many, many years. You thought he looked trimmer.
Well, he admitted that he hired a trainer in the offseason, a nutritionist, and a chef. His weight is down, but it's not down as far as when Bill Cowher wanted him to get more lean because he felt he lost strength when he got too light. So he looks in perfect shape. and maybe more important than his physical shape, the mental shape that he showed on that play there. Knowing he couldn't get to the end zone, knowing the clock is running down, get down on the field, call timeout, your last timeout, and bring out your field goal team.
Completely aware of the situation.
Yep.
The 11-year veteran is number 7, retired at Miami, Ohio. 34-yard attempt. Sean Sweezum. The Steelers end the first half, tacking on 3 more points and a 27-3 lead over the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh with 364 yards of offense, and they hold the Browns to 101 total yards. 27-3 at the end of the half. We'll come back for Verizon Halftime Report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on Getting ready for the start of the second half. The Steelers in front 27-3 on Cleveland as we take a look at the DirecTV Ultimate Picture Cam. Roethlisberger to Brown.
Well, in his 11th year, he's still the magician in the pocket, evading the pass rush, eyes down the field, and then a phenomenal throw running full speed to a wide open, almost in the end zone, Antonio Brown. It's a great job by Big Ben. What a first half for him and the Steeler offense.
Back here in the broadcast booth, Ian Eagle along with Dan Fouch, Jenny Dell on the sidelines. 2 perspectives here. The Pittsburgh perspective, it's going according to script. Tremendous first half on offense and on defense for Cleveland. You know the speculation is there. Will Johnny Manziel get an opportunity here?
Well, this team needs something right now, and if he can provide the spark, I say go with them. They have a package prepared. They've worked in practice on what he can do. It's more of a read option style of offense, not your typical pocket passing type of offense. But the Browns down by 24, time's a wasting.
For Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger, healthy offensive line, and a fortified running game. That was obvious in the first half.
Well, and he's distributing the ball to all his receivers. His 2 wideouts have been unstoppable, but Le'Veon Bell's really been the key.
Yeah.
His ability as a wide receiver started the game with a huge catch, and then the touchdown run he had was phenomenal. So I expect Pittsburgh to continue to doing the things that they've been so successful with in that first half.
Before we get the second half started, let's send it downstairs to Jenny Dell.
I just spoke with Coach Patton, and he said it's very simple. This team just needs to play better. Obviously, had to ask about Johnny Manziel. He said, we'll see. And an update on Ben Tate. As of now, he's doubtful to come back into the game.
And Jenny, that's a huge hit for this Cleveland offense. They are not deep at that position in terms of experience. Tate is backed up by Terrence West and Isaiah Crowell, a couple of rookies. For Mike Tomlin, Ben Roethlisberger, they've been together now their 8th year together. Todd Haley just popped his head in there in his 3rd year as the offensive coordinator. Cleveland will have the football to open up this second half. Sean Sweezum will kick it off. Taylor Gabriel, the rookie, is the return man. And this one goes over the head of Gabriel, a touchback. Mike Pettine's decision at quarterback is to stick with Brian Hoyer. And he leads the offense onto the field to begin this 3rd quarter. First half numbers, it's all Pittsburgh. 364 total yards for the Steelers. That 1 turnover, Roethlisberger got intercepted by Dansby.
And it's been the big play for the Pittsburgh offense. They have 5 plays of 30 yards or more in the first half.
Best first half Roethlisberger has ever had for passing yards, 278. Leaf it. Hoyer throws to Andrew Hawkins on first down, and 3 penalty markers are down on the play. Mitchell and Taylor combined defensively. It's a 16-yard gain through the air.
Personal foul, face mask, number 24 defense. 15 yards will be added at the end of the play. Automatic first down.
And it's the veteran, 12th year in the league, Ike Taylor, who's won a pair of Super Bowls for the Steelers.
Well, Taylor's 6'2", and Hawkins is 5'7". Ball is thrown low, and Taylor slipping and falling down. just reaches out to try and grab anything. Unfortunately for him, it was a face mask.
Andrew Hawkins out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania, 90 minutes east of Pittsburgh. Running play, Terrence West. West with a huge run into Pittsburgh territory at the 27-yard line. Chased down by Jarvis Jones. 22-yard rip for the rookie West.
Now watch the job here by Barnage. And the right tackle, Mitchell Schwartz, as they get off and seal that side.
And Cleveland moving quickly here as they give it to West again. Tries a spin move and picks up 2 yards. Just gets his body to the 25. He gets brought down by Brett Kiesel.
And some of Pittsburgh's own medicine, the no-huddle offense, led by Hoyer.
Moving quickly here. Fake the handoff, throw. Wide open, Miles Austin. The veteran wideout who came over from Dallas, Pro Bowler back in 09 and 2010. He gets in on the act with a 17-yard grab.
Are these the same two teams we saw in the first half?
I believe so.
Again, right to the line of scrimmage. Good up-tempo offense executed by the Browns.
Hoyer throws to the outside. Taylor Gabriel hit along the sideline inside the 5. 4-yard gain. Ike Taylor with a stop. And Cleveland moving quickly here. They've got Isaiah Crowell, the rookie out of Alabama State, in the backfield, working out of the pistol. Give it to Crowell. A blast for the touchdown. The Browns with an early third quarter answer.
Well, Jenny Dell said that Mike Pettin says we got to play better. Message delivered and message received. What an opening drive to start the second half. All positive plays for the Browns. 6 plays, 80 yards, and almost a walk-in touchdown for the rookie, Crowell.
Undrafted free agent, seeing action because of the injury, knee injury to Ben Tate. And Crowell takes it in to cut into this Pittsburgh lead. Billy Cundiff on for the extra point. 27-10, Steelers in front. Hoyer leads them down the field. A good run from West, another run from Crowell. Johnny Manziel, a good teammate there to congratulate Hoyer. Browns go 6 plays, 80 yards. First possession of the second half. Just took a minute 33. Hoyer was 3 of 3 on the drive, getting rid of the football quickly and moving at a faster pace with the no huddle. Billy Cundiff kicks it off to Archer and Blunt back deep. This will be the rookie. Archer circling, room. Flags are down. Archer. And he is brought down at the 40-yard line by Aaron Berry on special teams.
Yeah, 3 flags are about the 11, the 12, and the 14-yard line. That means the Steelers are going to be
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 57 return team. Half the distance goal. First down.
Coming up next, U.S. Open women's final. Serena Williams goes for her 3rd straight title against Caroline Wozniacki. And then tomorrow at 5 Eastern, Kei Nishikori takes on Marin Cilic in the men's final.
That's the 4th penalty against the special teams of the Steelers this afternoon.
You going to break down this match, Dan, for me?
You know what? I'm looking forward to it because these are the 2 of the very best. And, you know, the lob is key. You know, the lob and the smash.
Very strong analysis there, McEnroe.
What, are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me.
Give it up to Le'Veon Bell. 1-yard gain, and just about everybody ready for him defensively. So let's see if it translates on the defensive side of the ball for Cleveland. The great start in the 3rd quarter on offense. Pittsburgh did basically whatever it wanted to do in the first half on offense.
Yeah, the Browns have momentum, and they've got field position for their defense here. Steelers don't get much of anything on first down.
Do you think the lob could be the key as well?
I think the smash here.
The smash. 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger gives it up. Bell is wrapped up. Going up the middle for 2 yards. Kruger there to bring him down. Ben Roethlisberger, career high in a first half for Roethlisberger. 278 yards through the air. And right now, the first time that we've seen Darius Hayward-Bay, the former number 7 overall pick in 2009, who played for the Raiders and the Colts. Down a couple of receivers, Moore and Martavis Bryant, rookie out of Clemson, both out.
Blue 80. Blue 80.
Roethlisberger steps up. And they get him down. With a flag thrown back at the 4. Kruger again, first man there.
They're going to call holding, so this will be decline,
Holding.
setting him up.
Number 77 offense. That penalty's declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
Yeah, Marcus Gilbert with the penalty. He also gave up a sack in the first half to Paul Kruger. In fact, last year, Gilbert allowed 11 sacks, which was 3rd most in the NFL. He's off to a rough start this afternoon.
Brad Wing is standing in his own end zone to punt it. Travis Benjamin is waiting for it at the 47 of Cleveland. High punt from Wing. Benjamin moves forward. Fair catch at the 49. They will open up this possession on Pittsburgh's end of the field with a penalty
During the
flag
kick,
thrown.
holding. Kicking team number 50, receiving team number 53. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
It's Craig
Timeout.
Robertson, so that will now bring it back into Cleveland territory. Hoyer back on the field with the Browns offense.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. FedEx One Rate. Simple flat rate shipping with the reliability of FedEx. And by Kelley Blue Book. Find out what you should pay for your next new car at kbb.com.
Third time the Cleveland Browns have opened the season in Pittsburgh. 1959, a 17-7 loss. 1989, a 51-0 win. Terrence West showing off his running skills.
West with the handoff.
West with a 6-yard gain. Good effort from the rookie.
And smart to continue with this up-tempo offense going to the line of scrimmage. They're trying to pump crowd noise into the stadium, but the stadium looks like it's almost half empty with the fans not returning from halftime.
Give it to West again. He gets drilled. West able to stay upright, but Ryan Shazier showing off the skills that made him the number 15 overall pick.
Watch number 50 square up and attack the line of scrimmage. How West stays on his feet is as impressive as this hit.
Legal?
Absolutely, he's a ball carrier.
Shazier, first team All-American.
Both players can lower their head.
3rd and 3 now for Cleveland. Play clock is down to 5. Isaiah Crowell is in. Out of the gun. Hoyer has the time. Short throw. Incomplete. Flag down. Lawrence Timmons there defensively against Crowell. Penalty marker at the 45 on Pittsburgh's end of the field and the 39 on Cleveland's side.
There are 2 fouls by the defense on the play. Prior to the pass holding, number 24, that penalty's declined. Illegal use of hands to the face, number 96. That penalty is accepted, 5 yards automatic, 1st down.
So the accepted penalty against Cam Thomas, who came over as a free agent from San Diego.
And that's one of those points of emphasis that the officials have stressed throughout the preseason on both sides of the ball. Hands going up into the face mask and bending the head back. And that was called on Thomas.
And Dan, it is a knee sprain for Ben Tate. He will not return for the Browns. Motion man Miles Austin. Take the handoff. Hoyer pulls the trigger and throws a strike to Andrew Hawkins. 20-yard gain through the air, and the Browns are on the move again.
Yeah, Hoyer doing a good job of getting back after the play fake. Had time to throw in a good vision there to find the receiver in a nice void in that secondary.
New set of downs for the Browns to work with. Bootleg. Hoyer on the move. Low throw. Sliding down is Benjamin to make the catch in his 3rd year from Miami. That's an 11-yard gain. And Kyle Shanahan's offense is now finding a rhythm.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs in the first half. They have 6 already here in the second half.
First and 10 inside the 20. Crowell gets the call. Slides down low and hit at the 15-yard line by Polamalu. Named a captain for the first time in his career. Polamalu now in his 12th year, having just signed a 3-year, $20 million extension for the Steelers.
And he's had a lot of success against the Browns in his career. 4 interceptions in the last 6 games.
Give it to Crowell. Long strides. Crowell, a burst. Touchdown. The Cleveland Browns in rally mode.
Yeah, they worked this same run earlier to trick Terrence West behind Barnidge and tight end Jim Dre. This time, Crowell will benefit from outstanding blocking here by the tight ends. Little help from the outside receiver and Taylor Gabriel. And Crowell is having himself a debut.
Isaiah Crowell. He had 1,121 yards and 15 touchdowns last year for Alabama State. Crowell, 2 rushing touchdowns, capping off a 6-play, 59-yard drive. The Browns have quieted this Steelers crowd. It's now a 10-point game in Pittsburgh. Tonight on 60 Minutes, they aren't even out of middle school and they're being recruited to be Division I college quarterbacks. Meet the man developing the next Mannings only on 60 Minutes tonight. 27-17, Steelers leading the Browns. 9:05 to play in the third quarter. This has looked like a completely different Cleveland team in the second half. Cundiff kicks it off.
And completely different Steeler team as well.
Pittsburgh will have it at the 20-yard line. Well, these franchises met for the first time, October of 1950. Otto Graham, a pair of touchdown plunges in the first half. In the third, a misplayed handoff by the Steelers resulted in a safety. That looks like a beach ball bouncing around in the end zone. The Browns went on to win it 30-17.
Did you call that game?
That was the year before I started, so I missed it by 1 year, Dan.
You look so young.
Jim Brown surrounding himself with some very important people. Play fake, Roethlisberger. Hauled in by Justin Brown.
Right, that collision there where the ball was caught by Brown. Buster Screen got hit by his own teammate. And he's having trouble getting up. He's not getting up.
Medical staff comes out to check on Screen, now in his 4th year out of Chattanooga. Scrappy, 5'9", 185 pounds. He's grabbing the left leg. Justin Gilbert was taken in the first round. We've seen a lot of Gilbert. Aaron Berry would be the next man up for Cleveland. NFL Today update, JB and Boomer in New York.
Miami capitalizing on an opportunity.
Here coming back, Tom Brady fumbles the ball, 4 plays, 34 yards, culminating in this touchdown pass from Ryan Tannehill to Mike Wallace. Miami ties it up 20-20 deep in the third quarter.
I know both Bart and Tony said they expect Miami to make some noise. Back to Ian, Dan, and...
All right, guys, thanks very much. Tannehill, a couple of touchdown passes. Screen is up on his feet and limping toward the Cleveland sideline. It's not going to be Berry. It's going to be Keywan Williams, the rookie out of Pitt. That will now check in for Mike Pettine's defense. Clock is ticking. We're down to 8:40 to play in this third quarter. Steelers with a 10-point lead after a huge first half on offense. Running play to Bell. That little pause from Bell allowed the hole to open up, and he turns it into a 6-yard gain. The veteran Carlos Dansby, complete linebacker, second-round pick back in 2004, makes the play.
Yeah, try to get a little energy in this offense. Roethlisberger decides to go to the line of scrimmage, up the tempo.
Cleveland already has more yards in the second half than they did in the entire first half. 2nd and 4 here for Pittsburgh. Rush is coming. Roethlisberger spins out of trouble. Throws complete. Caught by Bell. Le'Veon Bell has players banging into one another as he remains on his feet, and he's got a first down for the Steelers, 9 yards through the air.
Well, Chris Kirksey is a rookie, and he just got schooled by Big Ben. He's got a free shot at the quarterback and a little reverse pivot, a perfect pass, and a first down.
Into Cleveland territory. 7:37 to go in the third. Empty backfield here for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger has gone over 300 yards on that last play.
Yeah. No. That's the mic. Hey, fucking minute.
Play clock is down to 2. Get the snap off. Roethlisberger steps up. What a grab. Antonio Brown with a flag down. Joe Hayden there defensively. Anything you put near him, Brown seems to be able to grab it.
This is the difference between what how he's
Prior
played
to
today and
pass
some of the
holding,
Cleveland
number
receivers.
23 defense, 5-yard penalty results in a first down. Automatic
They're going
first
to take
down.
away the catch and accept the penalty because it gives them an automatic first down. But it's a spectacular catch. It's one of those points of emphasis again. Of course, we've seen offensive pass interference today. We've seen illegal contact and holding.
First down just short of the 40-yard line. Steelers have something going here with a 27-17 lead. Give it to Bell. Bell redirects. Finds an opening and carries it for 4 yards. Everybody there defensively for Cleveland just looking to bring down Le'Veon Bell.
It seems like everybody's got a shot at him, but he makes a couple of guys miss with patience. And really, for a 4-yard run, that was really entertaining.
Le'Veon Bell, he was charged with DUI on August the 20th and possession of marijuana, was in the car with his teammate LeGarrette Blount, who was also charged with possession of marijuana. They're going to let this one play out legally before anything is done at the league level. Roethlisberger is sacked back at the 43-yard line. Billy Wynn and Chris Kirksey. Paul Kruger supplied the initial heat on Roethlisberger.
Yeah, Kruger forces him to step up, and now Ramon Foster can't keep Kirksey away from the quarterback. So Kirksey picks up his first NFL sack.
So back it up, now 3rd and 12. Under 6 minutes to go in the third. 10-point lead for the Steelers. Just a 3-man front here for Cleveland. Roethlisberger can't handle the snap. Roethlisberger brought down, coming away with the football. Monty Bryant. But Roethlisberger is ruled down on the play. It'll just go down as a big loss for Pittsburgh. Kruger also in there for Cleveland.
Well, the snap came back a little firm from Pouncey, but it appeared that Roethlisberger wasn't ready for it, and he just got slam dunked there by Monty Bryant.
So the Steelers moving in the wrong direction at the end of that drive. And Brad Wing is on to punt it.
Well, remember last year when Pettin was the defensive coordinator for the Bills, he sacked Roethlisberger 4 times. They got him 3 times so far.
Flag thrown. Fair catch called for. At the 18-yard line, penalty marker is down. These fans are shell-shocked. This place was juiced up
There's
in
no
the
foul
first
for
half.
holding on the play. The action occurred after the fair catch.
Pittsburgh built a big lead. Cleveland coming back, looking strong in this second half.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Bose, official sound of the NFL.
Cleveland Browns have not won in Pittsburgh since 2003. Tim Couch was the starting quarterback that day. They trailed the Steelers 27-17. On a give to Terrence West. Not much room for him to work with, a 1-yard gain. Mike Pettine is the 8th Browns head coach since they re-entered the league in 1999. Names like Palmer and Davis, Rubisky, Crennel, Mangini, Shermer, Chudzinski preceded him. Pettine getting his opportunity as a head coach of the NFL. The throw by Hoyer, and it's caught by the veteran Jim Dre, 5th year, formerly with the Arizona Cardinals, a 7th-round draft pick. And Pettine's team has looked composed in this second half, operating at a much higher level on this side of the ball, really both sides of the ball. Give it up to West, trying to move quickly here. West is engulfed by Steve McClendon. It's a loss of 2 on the play.
Well, McClendon's a nose tackle, and he gets by Alex Mack. And just a tremendous effort to get penetration, locate the ball carrier, and drop him.
2nd and 12. Using the pistol, Steelers will call a timeout.
Pittsburgh. Hey, I think
At the 3:41 mark of the third, it's been all Browns in this third quarter. Different story in this third quarter compared to the first half for Cleveland on offense. Hoyer throws incomplete. Trying to hit Taylor Gabriel on the outside, defended there by William Gay.
That's just the first incomplete pass thrown by Hoyer in the third quarter.
So it sets up a 3rd and 12.
That's how important that tackle by McClendon was on second down, or on first down rather, that cost the Browns a couple of yards. Just 1 of 7 for the Browns today on third down.
And Jordan Cameron is not out there for Cleveland. Hoyer from the gun, pumps, throws. Oh, he's got his man, Hawkins, into Pittsburgh territory. Hawkins comes up limping, 25 yards on the pass play.
Pretty cool customer in Hoyer. Pocket was collapsing. Put the ball right to the hands of Hawkins, but Hawkins limps off.
Hoyer now 11 of 19. Handoff for West. Runs up the middle, driven down after the gain of 4 by the rookie Terrence West. Right now, it's a 2-headed running back attack with 2 rookies, West and Crowell, with the injury to Ben Tate, out with a knee sprain. 2nd and 6 for Cleveland, 7th play of the drive. Fake the handoff. Hoyer throws, wide open, caught by Dre. Jim Dre is brought down inside the 25. That's a 20-yard hookup.
And when you're running the ball well, the play action works really, really well. After the fake to West, a little rollout by Hoyer, and look how wide open Dre is.
New set of downs for Cleveland inside the 25. We're down to 2:25 to go in the third. 10-point lead for the Steelers. Browns are threatening again. Handoff to West. West is brought down at the 14. Schwartz and Barnage creating some space for West to work with. About a 9.5-yard gain. It is enough for a first down. Working out of the pistol now. Hoyer will make a change. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Check to a running play. Zigzag from West. Down after a 2-yard pickup. Cortez Allen, who just signed a big contract yesterday to stay with the Steelers, signed to a $26 million extension. He makes the play for Pittsburgh.
Well, both West and Crowell got a lot of action in the preseason. West had 31 carries to lead the team, but Crowell had a huge game against the Chicago Bears when he went over 100 yards. So both these rookies performing extremely well under the circumstances. Crowell's been in the end zone twice.
A shoulder injury for Jordan Cameron. That's why we haven't seen him much on this drive. Taylor Gabriel. And comes up just short of the 5-yard line. Kiesel and Mitchell collaborate on the play. It's a 3rd and 1 now for Cleveland with under a minute left.
Yeah, you got to like that play selection by Shanahan. The Steelers right now are getting hit from all sides with this offense. The quick screen to a very good open field runner in Gabriel. Smart.
Single.
3rd and a yard. Crowell and Agnew in the backfield. Steelers stack the line. Hoyer trying to do it himself. A miscommunication. A busted play for Cleveland.
He missed the handoff to Ray Agnew. This is going to be a fullback dive over the left guard. And just talk about a little bit of a confusion as a reverse pivot. Maybe he didn't want to do that. Critical mistake on third down.
He's got two rookies behind him with Agnew. And at that play, West, Crowell rotating at tailback.
Clock runs out before they get the kickoff, Ryan.
So that'll be the end of the third quarter. Billy Cundiff will have a short field goal attempt to start the fourth. 27-17. A reversal here in Pittsburgh in the third. We'll return after this message and a word from your local station. This is the NFL on CBS. Browns put up 14 points in the third quarter. They can tack on 3 more to start the fourth with Billy Cundiff. 24-yard field goal is good. The Browns cut the Steelers' lead to 7. And we're underway here in the fourth quarter. Let's get a report from Jenny Dell.
Well, Ian, you said it earlier. Clearly, this team came out and is a completely different team after the half. The confidence on this sideline, the energy has just mounted, and you can tell that they're excited to be out there to play. And just a couple injury updates for you. Screen right now is a knee contusion. His return is probable. I saw him working on that left knee area, and also Jordan Cameron, a shoulder issue, and the return is probable on that one.
All right, Jenny, this is a Cleveland franchise that makes some big decisions during the offseason. They fire their head coach, Rob Chudzinski, after just 1 year. He's now with Indianapolis. They let team president Joe Banner go in February, along with GM Mike Lombardi. So Ray Farmer, the assistant GM, was promoted to general manager. That's him on the left. And Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the team, watching from upstairs as the Cleveland Browns are trying to flip the script here in Pittsburgh. Cundiff kicks it off. Trey Archer, he's going to take it out. Archer looking for a lane, there's nothing there. And nothing's working for Pittsburgh. K'Wan Williams with a stop on special teams. It's the premiere of Thursday Night Football on CBS and the NFL Network. It kicks off on Thursday when Pittsburgh meets Baltimore. AFC North Divisional Showdown. Football starts here.
Another AFC North game that will go a long way to deciding what's going on just in the second game of the season. But the Steelers, about Jekyll and Hyde.
Well, divisional games, Dan, you've always said it. You find out where you stand when you play someone in your division.
And it's a 2-game swing.
First and 10 for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger steps, fires, nobody home. He was looking down the sideline, Will Johnson. Roethlisberger took a hit from Kitchen at the end of the play. Second and 10.
But for Archer to take that ball out of the end zone, that's another special teams mistake. He was 7 to 8 yards deep. He cost his team 10 yards. And plus, when you defensively, if you can have your opponent start inside the 10-yard line, that just gives you a whole better feeling about the start of the drive.
Trey Archer, a rookie from Kent State, trying to provide his team a lift. Puts the Steelers in a hole. Roethlisberger steps up, dials up the deep ball, down the sideline. Incomplete. Too far for Wheaton. And that was Buster Skrine back there defensively. And Skrine is back on the field.
Well, he has shaken off that left knee contusion. And this will loosen him up for sure. Not much of a route by Wheaton, just relying on his pure speed, but Skrine matches him stride for stride.
Skrine suffered a broken right thumb on August 15th, had surgery on that thumb on August the 18th. Roethlisberger in the second half, 2 of 4 for just 27 yards.
The whole team reflects those stats.
Working from the gun. Roethlisberger steps up and brought down. The Browns getting pressure on Roethlisberger once again. And give credit to Jabal Sheard for busting through.
And the former Pittsburgh Panther, number 97, working on Marcus Gilbert, just overpowers Gilbert. Fourth sack of the day on Roethlisberger, second given up by Gilbert.
So Pittsburgh will punt it. Just under a minute gone by here in the fourth. Everything is turned at Heinz Field. Pressure moment for Wing, the rookie. Benjamin, return man, backpedals. All for the fair catch. He actually had room and time. 44-yard punt. Well, it has been the play of Brian Hoyer, which has helped lead this Browns team back in the second half.
Yeah, he's been absolutely perfect in the second half. With the tempo that he has set and the way he has delivered, but he's gotten the help in the running game from a couple of rookies. That's opened up the play-action passing game, and now he has excellent field position and just 7 points down to the Steelers.
And they're doing it without one of their biggest weapons, Jordan Cameron.
And Ben Tate is out with a sprained knee.
And Josh Gordon is suspended for a year because of a repeat violation of the NFL substance abuse policy. Andrew Hawkins, he's chipped in nicely for this Cleveland offense. And Hawkins picks up 5 yards on the play. Polamalu over there for Pittsburgh.
And it was just a couple of plays ago where Hawkins made a catch and came up limping, so he appears to be okay.
Second half, completely different story. 199 total yards for the Cleveland Browns. They're now at 300 overall. On 2nd and 5, the cut by West. West drives forward across the 40. Polamalu couldn't get to him initially. Johnny Manziel was a storyline at the end of the first half as to whether or not Cleveland would go to him. Pettin sticks with Hoyer, and it's paying off.
How about the veteran move right there by West to just head straight up the field?
Fake the handoff. Hoyer, deep ball, on the way, incomplete, almost intercepted. Benjamin, the intended target. Ike Taylor back there for the Steelers.
No interceptions last year for Ike Taylor. He should have made this catch because he sees it and has a great bead on it, and it goes right off his fingertips.
Isaiah Crowell is in. We've seen a lot of the pistol here in the second half. 2nd and 10 now for the Browns inside the Pittsburgh 40. Give it to Crowell. He's got a lane. Crowell shakes a tackler. Crowell driven down at the 21-yard line. Terrence West, Isaiah Crowell. These are not guys that were necessarily on the scouting report before this one started.
Really good coordination in that offensive line on the stretch run. Greco, Schwartz, and Mack opening another big hole. 16 yards that time.
Antonio has been excellent up front as well, and of course Joe Thomas, the 7-time Pro Bowler. Crowell is brought down immediately by Shazier. Loss of 4 on the play. He led Ohio State in tackles each of the last 2 years.
And he had 22 tackles in the preseason. He's been a real bright spot in this Steeler defense.
2nd and 14. Steelers holding on to a 7-point lead. Hoyer making sure everybody's on the same page here. Plenty of time on the play clock. Hoyer sets. He throws. Wide open, Andrew Hawkins. It's a first down inside the 10 for the Browns.
Look how calm and cool Hoyer is under that pressure. Finding Hawkins in the middle of the zone in front of Polamalu inside the 10 now.
It's a bootleg here. Hoyer will throw. End zone. Touchdown. Travis Benjamin. Brian Hoyer is on the money. And the Cleveland Browns have come all the way back.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
Stunning development in Pittsburgh.
That's one stunned head coach in Mike Tomlin. But again, it's the play action. We just had a nice run by Crowell. The play action gets Hoyer out of the traffic in the pocket where he can find his receiver in the back of the end zone. Travis Benjamin celebrates his first NFL touchdown.
Brian Hoyer has looked calm. He has been poised. And he has led a confident Cleveland offense in this second half. 7 plays, 51 yards. We are all tied up. NFL kickoff weekend. 2-minute and 35-second drive for the Cleveland Browns. It culminates in a Hoyer to Benjamin 9-yard touchdown. The Browns have knotted this one up at 27 apiece. Cundiff kicks it through the uprights. And the Steelers will have it at the 20. Pennsylvania-born making his NFL head coaching debut. Mike Pettin and the Browns all tied up.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. And by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
123rd regular season meeting between these two teams. The Steelers and the Browns are tied at 27 apiece with 11:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Steelers open up 1st and 10 from the 20. Off the hesitation by Bell, Paul Kruger there defensively, and a flag thrown back at the 18-yard line.
Holding, number 83 offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Nothing is going right for Pittsburgh in the second half.
Yes,
Nothing.
especially when a 10-year vet gets called for holding, as Heath Miller just did.
10 penalties costing the Steelers 91 yards.
We got 58. Scoot.
1st and 20 now for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger on a give for Bell. Bell shakes a defender. Le'Veon Bell brought down just short of the 20 as he got around Kruger, brought down by Whitner.
Watch the move by Travis Benjamin at the goal line. He just stutters a little bit, and he gets in behind Ike Taylor. Really a heads-up move right there. Little stutter step, and then Taylor not having the speed to keep up with the young rookie Travis Benjamin.
After the 8-yard gain by Bell, he's got 90 yards on the ground and a touchdown on 16 carries. This is a 2nd and 12 for Pittsburgh. Bell again. Bell takes it to the 20-yard line. Markevius Mingo over there defensively for Cleveland. 2-yard gain.
And the natives are getting restless. A smattering of boos for that play selection and that result.
Injury update on Dree Archer. Knee trouble and an ankle injury. He will not return for Pittsburgh. Dime package here for Cleveland. They have only 3 first downs this half. This is a 3rd and 10. 9.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Rush is coming. Roethlisberger gets rid of it. Incomplete. Antonio Brown. The intended receiver, Joe Hayden, there defensively. And the Pittsburgh Steelers will punt.
Great coverage by Joe Hayden. He's had a rough first half, but this is a good way to bounce back as he lets Brown get the free release, but prevents him from making any play on that ball. Roethlisberger throwing it away from the defender and out of bounds.
So once again, it's Brad Wing. Oh, a fake. Toss to the sideline. And it's caught. The Steelers go into the bag of tricks. Robert Golden on the pass. Antoine Blake on the receiving end. 26 yards, and they needed it.
Absolutely. Watch the throw here. Wide open. For some reason, the Browns leave a gunner totally uncovered on the outside. Was it the rookie Justin Gilbert's responsibility? He's running out like a guilty man right there, misses a tackle, and the Steelers get new life at the 45.
Robert Golden, who has been a special teams ace for the Steelers now in his third year, making the connection to Blake. Handoff for Bell. Le'Veon Bell carries just short of midfield. It's a 4-yard pickup. Jabal Sheard makes the stop, and they'll jaw back and forth after the play. Mike Tomlin's team desperately needed a lift, and it may come on special teams.
Yeah, he may have pulled a page out of Bill Cowher's playbook with the onside kick in the Super Bowl. With special teams giving the Steelers the spark they needed.
2nd and 6 now for Pittsburgh. Bell remains in there. We'll hit the 8-minute mark of the 4th. Once again, it's Bell. Acceleration, and he gets caught right away. Buster's screen read it perfectly. It's a 1-yard gain. First half, Pittsburgh, 27 points, 364 yards. Second half for Cleveland, 24 points. They've thrown for 162 yards. They've put 16 first downs together.
After only having 3 in the entire first half.
Middle.
It's a 3rd and 5 now for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger, shotgun. Protection holds up. Lets it go. In a crowd. Broken up. Justin Brown, young receiver, the intended target.
It's an incomplete pass. 4th down.
Dansby and the veteran Jim Leonard there.
The inside receiver is Brown, and that's a real tight window there. He had the ball in his hands and then gets hit by both Leonard and Dansby, but that's the ball that Justin Brown has to make.
Jim Leonard is the return man now for Cleveland, standing at his own 10-yard line. The punt from wing. Leonard hauls it in. Fair catch called for. Penalty marker is thrown back on Pittsburgh's end of the field.
We got a helmet down on the field at the 45. That may mean hands to the face, because there are 2 separate penalties, it appears, on this play.
Michael Palmer lost his helmet.
During the kick, personal foul, number 97 of the receiving team for grasping an opening and taking the helmet off of an opponent. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Jabal Sheard called on the penalty. Cleveland will be pinned deep in its own territory.
Go back to the last play. Here's Michael Palmer and Jabal Sheard. And notice how after the ball is punted, Sheard will take the helmet off Palmer. That's why it's not an automatic first down for the Steelers, and yet a penalty against the Browns. It'll back them way up.
Browns are operating from their own 6-yard line. Tie game. Play fake. Hoyer tosses. It's caught by Barnidge. And Barnidge gives Cleveland room to work with. It's a 13-yard gain to the 20-yard line.
And again, it's the play action, little rollout off the zone read. And a good job of setting down in that zone coverage by Barnidge for his first catch.
Jordan Cameron dealing with a shoulder injury. Barnidge and Jim Dre have had an impact at the tight end position in the second half. Pistol formation. Terrence West slips down, and the Steelers were ready for him. Nothing there, no gain for the rookie West.
Tight ends have been real important, as you mentioned, Ian. Dre has 2 catches for 30 yards. Cameron had that 47-yarder, and now Dre gets into the air. Rather, Barnidge gets into the action. Hoyer doing a good job of finding the open man.
The Cleveland Browns, trailed by 20 back in '66, came from behind to beat the Giants. Biggest comeback ever. Incomplete, looking for Taylor Gabriel, and a flag is down. They were down 24. That was the largest lead for
Hands to
Pittsburgh.
the face, number 97 defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Cameron Hayward, now a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Dick LeBeau's defensive group. That's 11 penalties, 96 yards. The rankings last year were off compared to what the Steelers have grown accustomed to. We come up on 6 minutes to play here in the 4th. The give to West. Up the middle, West. Not across the 30-yard line. Hit by Lawrence Timmons, 9-yard gain. It's not too late to play NFL.com Fantasy. Enjoy free new mobile apps so you can join, draft, and play from anywhere. Sign up at NFL.com/fantasy. On the ground once again. Terrence West. Oh, he breaks free! West dishing out some punishment into Pittsburgh territory. Cortez Allen whiffed, and then West makes him pay to the tune of 29 yards on the ground.
Well, the offensive line is dominating now. Right up the middle they go. And then the vision to cut to the outside, break a tackle. Watch him punish at the end of the run as he takes down Mike Mitchell.
Hoyer off the play fake. Throws to Miles Austin. And a modest gain of 3 yards on the play. West is now at 100 yards rushing on the day, and his fellow rookie Crowell has 2 rushing touchdowns. This is after Ben Tate went out of the game with a knee injury. 2nd and 7 now. Pistol for the Browns. Under 5 minutes to go in the 4th. Tied at 27. Crowell is in the game for Cleveland. Hoyer throws. Diving attempt by Cortez Allen. Incomplete. Allen thought he had a clean pick. Miles Austin, the intended receiver.
Boy, Hoyer's lucky because this is a real risky throw to the outside. Cortez Allen with a good break on this ball. But he doesn't quite control it. You can see the ball hit the ground there. Good call by the officials.
3rd and 7. Hoyer, 3-0 last year as the starter for Cleveland. This is his 5th career NFL start. Play clock is down to 2. Down to 1. And a timeout called. Browns will have 2 remaining. Right now, they're looking at about a 54-yard field goal. But first things first, they face a 3rd and 7 when we come back to Pittsburgh.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Quicken Loans for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze. And by Subway. Stay in summer shape with a Super Stack Protein Pack Subway Club. Subway, eat fresh.
Terrible towels out in force. They're at Heinz Field. Pivotal play here for the Cleveland Browns. On a 3rd and 7 from the Pittsburgh 35. Hoyer after the timeout. Knocked away. They tried to squeeze it in to Gary Barnidge. And now what do? You're looking at a 54-yard field goal attempt, or you play the field position game.
Well, here's your answer. It's going to be a field goal attempt, or is it not? Looks like Lanning's in to punt this one away. So Mike Pettin with a defensive slant. Former defensive coordinator wants to put the game into his defense's hands. But I would like to have known what he has said at halftime to this ball club. Newt Rockne fired him up.
There was nobody deep for Pittsburgh. Now Antonio Brown comes out onto the field and settles in at the 9-yard line. Penalty marker is thrown. It's a delay of game. They'll take the 5 yards.
4th down.
If I'm the Steelers, I refuse this. But they're going to take it. Why take this one? You want the ball to go into the end zone for a touchback. Bring it out to the 20.
So they give Lanning a little more room to work with here. Brown settles in at the 10. 4:37 to go in this 4th quarter. More penalty flags.
Well, the 5 yards is coming back because Terrence Garvin jumped in the neutral zone.
False start. Number 57 offense. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
Halftime score 27-3.
You know,
Pittsburgh.
That's tough when your center false starts. Christian Yount called for the penalty that time.
Lanning trying to place it inside the 10. Bounce up in the air, coverage downfield.
Touchback.
Wow, that close.
Too many cooks spoiled the soup.
Chris Tabor thought they had it nailed, the special teams coach. The lean, the contact right there is the question whether or not Leonard touched it.
No, but he touched Leonard, and Leonard's in the end zone, but the ball hits right there, and that's a great call by the officials. It broke the plane, so this is a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20.
Steelers have some breathing room here. 4:26 to go. Instead of being pinned at their own 1-yard line, Steelers have it 1st and 10 at the 20 in a tie game. Roethlisberger on a toss. Le'Veon Bell through traffic. Bell works his way to the sideline, out of bounds. Across the 35, it's a 19-yard gallop after the catch.
So they go back to the original script. This is how they started the game, getting Bell a couple of pass receptions, one on a screen pass, and this one good for 19 yards.
97 yards on the ground for Bell and a touchdown, 86 yards through the air. Bell remains in there.
Who is it? Not me.
Three receivers set for the Steelers. Bell, stutter step. Up the middle. Bell stays on his feet to midfield. Terrific effort for the second-year running back out of Michigan State. Got a good block from DeCastro. 11-yard gain.
Yeah, did a good job of hesitating, finding the hole, exploding through it, and then putting his right hand down to maintain his balance and pick up an extra 5.
He is over 100 yards now. 108 on the day for Bell. He could go over 100 receiving as well. We are under 4 minutes to play. Single setback, Bell. Go back to it. Bell to spin. And the Browns write him down. Mingo among those there, limiting Bell to a 2-yard gain. The clock is moving. 3:28 and counting left in the fourth.
You can see both teams with just 2 timeouts.
Will Hoyer get another opportunity? Mike Pettin electing to punt. Could have been a 54-yard field goal attempt. This is not the easiest place to kick field goals, as we know through the years at Heinz Field.
Yeah, but on a day like today, no wind at all. Might have been worth a shot.
2nd and 8. Roethlisberger on time. Justin Brown. So new faces emerging here for Pittsburgh in the passing game. Marcus Wheaton, Justin Brown replacing veterans. And we're down to 2:42 and ticking here in the fourth.
That's Justin Brown's 3rd catch. Wheaton has 4.
LeGarrette Blount has checked in. Roethlisberger, 332 yards through the air. We're down to 2.5 remaining. This is a 3rd and 1 for Pittsburgh. On a give for Blount, and he is denied. The Browns all over it. Billy Wynn, first man there. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
Basically, it's a draw play on 3rd and short. They pull the guard, they pull the tight end, and absolute penetration. Billy Wynn leading the way, and the Steelers are going to have to punt the ball back to the Browns.
2 minutes to play. All tied up in Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin's team was in control at halftime of 27-3, 24 unanswered points by the Cleveland Browns in the second half, and now Pittsburgh is punting it to Cleveland. Brad Wing to Jim Leonard. Leonard lets it go over his head, and this will roll to the end zone. The Browns will have it at the 20-yard line with 1:53 to work with. Week 1 NFL action continues later today on Fox, then tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and tune in tomorrow for a Monday Night Football doubleheader. Mike Pettin in his NFL head coaching debut. Last time the Browns won their season opener 2004 against Baltimore, Jeff Garcia was at quarterback for Cleveland. Kyle Shanahan has pushed all the right buttons in the second half, offensive coordinator for the Browns. So they have a drive left in them here at the end of regulation. Hoyer pumps, looks downfield, and brought down. Brian Hoyer. Big sack by Hayward for Pittsburgh. It's a loss of 6.
A great job in the secondary. Hoyer wanted to go with the out and up. You saw the fake right there. Had to come back to the other side. And by that time, Mitchell Schwartz gets pushed right into his quarterback. With Mike Tomlin dialed up.
2nd and 16 now. And the Browns taking their time. They might be playing for OT at this point.
Well, with this field position, he's not going to take any chances. Although he just did there, throwing into a crowd.
Double coverage there against Andrew Hawkins, William Gay there defensively for Pittsburgh. This is now 3rd and 16.
And the incomplete pass stops the clock. Actually, it gives the Steelers a free timeout, if you will.
Steelers crowd comes alive. Third and 16 for the Browns. 1:04 left to play. Tied up at 27 apiece. And a quick toss. Engulfed. Hawkins brought down by William Gay. 57 seconds remain. And the Browns did very little with that possession. In fact, they moved backwards.
And how much do they miss Jordan Cameron out with a shoulder injury and Josh Gordon? No real threat at this point in the game. A go-to guy they just don't have for Brian Hoyer.
Pittsburgh has 1 timeout remaining. 57 seconds. They put 2 more on the clock. So 59 seconds left here in regulation.
And who would you rather have running your offense than Ben Roethlisberger?
Chance for Pittsburgh to have excellent field position here, with Spencer Lanning averaging 44.3 yards per punt on the day. Todd Haley huddling up with his offense. Ben Roethlisberger, 32 game-winning drives in his career, 2 of them against the Browns. Short punt. Brown lets it bounce. And it does take a Cleveland roll. It will settle in at the 43-yard line of Pittsburgh. 47 seconds left on the clock. A 48-yard kick. Sean Sweezum, his career long at Heinz Field is 49 yards.
And the direction that he may try a game-winning field goal is the difficult direction. Although today, you look at the streamers at the top of the goalpost, and they're absolutely limp.
Yeah, it's been very mild.
Good day for kicking. The field's in great shape as well.
47 seconds left. Steelers and Browns tied at 27 apiece, week 1 of the 2014 NFL season. Working from the gun, Roethlisberger hooks a pass to Le'Veon Bell and picks up 2 yards on the play. Carlos Dansby there defensively. Clock is rolling, 36 seconds left. Roethlisberger trying to get everybody together here. We're down to 32 seconds left.
A lot of time off the clock.
All for a 2-yard gain through the air. Down to 26 seconds left. Roethlisberger throws to the sideline. Adjustment made, and the catch by Wheaton. First down into Cleveland territory. And brought down at the 44-yard line. The Steelers have used their final timeout with 20 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they wasted so much time after that 2-yard gain to Bell. And now they're in a tough spot because they can't use the sidelines. The Browns are going to be taking that away and allowing Roethlisberger to throw it maybe over the middle. But without the ability to call a timeout, difficult to get the field goal team out there lined up and get a kickoff. So that was really a wasted amount of time that after the 2-yard gain by Bell. They need 14 yards to put Sweezum within a 48-yarder.
And they've got 20 seconds to work with. From the 44. Shotgun for Roethlisberger. Steps up, rifles downfield. It's caught by Wheaton. We're down to 13 seconds left. Inside the 25. 10 seconds left. Roethlisberger getting everybody set. 6 seconds left. He spikes the ball with 5. And the Steelers will have an opportunity to win it.
One of the big question marks coming into the game was Marcus Wheaton. How would he perform in his first start? Well, the last 2 passes have gone his direction, and he has delivered. Smartly getting onto the ground there, knowing that the time is running down. No sense trying to get into the end zone because you want to bring out your field goal kicker. And Big Ben does it again.
41-yard attempt. The Browns could ice him here. And they do. Mike Pettin uses a timeout.
Snapper Greg Warren took the opportunity to have a practice snap to Brad Wing. Remember, Wing, a first-year player, is the holder.
First half was dominated by the Pittsburgh Steelers. 27-3 lead at the break. The Browns look like a completely different team to open up the second half. Fast-paced offense. Brian Hoyer got them into a rhythm, got them into a groove. They've come all the way back to tie this game at 27 apiece. But the Steelers with an opportunity to get the win with a field goal attempt at home. The snapper, Greg Warren. Wing will hold it. 41-yard attempt. Sweezum sweeps the leg. He's got it. Steelers win it on NFL kickoff weekend. 30-27, Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger delivers again. Sweezum connects from 41 yards away.
It's a perfect snap. The hold is perfect. And you know about the kick. Roethlisberger, 10-0 here against the Cleveland Browns.
That is 11 straight home wins now for Pittsburgh over Cleveland. Mike Tomlin and the Steelers get it done with no time left. Sweezum getting congratulations from an imposing beard. Brett Kiesel, the veteran. Outstanding effort by the Browns to rally.
And that man there, Brian Hoyer, leading his team back when it looked like they had no shot at all in this ball game against the Steelers. Tremendous second half by Hoyer and the Browns.
Let's go downstairs to Jenny Dell.
Ben, 27-3 at the half. The team was able to rally and come out on top. Just overall, your thoughts on today's game?
You know, you got to be happy with the win, but a little disappointed the way the second half kind of transpired. You know, we did good in the first half. Second half, we kind of got away from what we were doing and just making plays and being physical. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're up on the scoreboard.
Overall, the offense was pretty strong in the running game. How did you feel the team did out there?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job. I thought we ran the ball well. I thought we threw it well. The guys protected. You know, I know it's going to be skewed a little bit because there's some sacks, but some of those sacks were coverage things and us trying to make plays down the field. So overall, proud of the way we played.
Week 1, game 1, win 1. How important was this win in order to set the tone for the season?
Well, that's all it is. It's game 1. It's a divisional game. It's at home. We wanted to get to 1-0. We got to it. Doesn't matter how it happens sometimes, as long as you get there.
Ian, back to you. Great game.
All right, thanks.
All right, Jenny, thanks very much. Final score here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers 30-27 over the Browns. A 41-yard field goal by Sweezum to win it. Coming up next, it's the U.S. Open Women's Final between Serena Williams and Caroline Wozniacki. For Dan Fouts, Jenny Dell, this is Ian Eagle. So long from Pittsburgh. We'll have bonus NFL coverage coming up for you after this, the NFL on CBS.